The phrase, "Hey man, I just work here," takes on a whole new meaning when it comes to Chris Fehn and his time with Slipknot. Slipknot is probably the biggest thing to ever come out of Des Moines, Iowa. While Iowa might not be known for producing musicians in a way that, say, Seattle or Los Angeles is, Slipknot powered through the Midwest in all of their heavy metal glory despite being halfway between the two sides of the continent that would have given them an easier time breaking into stardom. Slipknot is perhaps as famous for their heavy screams and driving rhythms as they are for their unique aesthetic. Each member of the band takes their place on stage, usually wearing matching jumpsuits and always sporting their signature masks.
And as soon as we step on that stage, it's not 9 dudes out there just peacocking. It is a band that is ready to tear your head off.
To young metalheads across the country in the early 2000s, the masks were the only way to identify which of the musicians was which, since they were adamant about never showing their real faces. The band was founded in 1995, and the band is still releasing albums today. Granted, a few of the members have branched out to take on other heavy metal projects, so the band's body composition isn't exactly the same as it was in its early years. Other former members of Slipknot left the band for less pleasant reasons, like Chris Fehn.
I was like, God, man, these guys just hate me.
Fehn joined Slipknot in 1998 and played with the band as an auxiliary percussionist until he split in 2019. You probably won't recognize his face, but his mask could be picked out from any lineup, with its elongated nose that made the drummer look like a Lovecraftian version of Pinocchio. When Fehn left the band, he did so with a lawsuit. And Corey Taylor, Slipknot's frontman, prepped fans for the storm that was about to happen before the news broke. Taylor tweeted the morning of the incident, "You're gonna read a lot of bull today. This is all I'll say. Just you wait till the truth comes out. Long live the knot." Titillating indeed. According to Loudwire, Slipknot then published an official statement on their website, which has since been removed, about parting ways with Fehn, saying, "Slipknot's focus is on making album number 6 and our upcoming shows around the world, our best ever. Chris knows why he is no longer a part of Slipknot. We are disappointed that he chose to point fingers and manufacture claims, rather than doing what was necessary to continue to be a part of Slipknot. We would have preferred he not take the path that he has, but evolution in all things is a necessary part of his life. Long live the knot." It turns out that Chris Fehn discovered some business dealings that he thought were a bit on the shady side. Certain members of the band had created businesses without Fehn's knowledge, as the Des Moines Register reported. Since the band's pay model includes a profit share system, this could have potentially meant that money was being moved around in ways that affected Fehn's share. Fehn filed a lawsuit against the band's manager, Corey Taylor, and fellow percussionist Sean Cron, along with 6 of the business entities, claiming that the money was flowing disproportionately to Cron and Taylor. Fehn's attorney told the Des Moines Register, "My client really is just hoping to figure out a way to work this out with the people he's worked side by side with for the last 20 years. Apparently, though perhaps to no one's surprise, that's not how Slipknot's management saw the situation. According to NME, the band's manager Rob Shore was also named in the lawsuit. Shore claims that Fehn was never a partner in the band in the first place, but was instead a hired employee. Shore's attorney said in a filing for the case, "Mr. Fehn performed with Slipknot and received a fee for doing so. He is not a shareholder, owner, or member of any business entity he names as a defendant in this action." A later filing states that all members who aren't Taylor or Cron are also employees. In the end, the lawsuit is likely to come down to what papers were signed, regardless of anything that may have been said or implied, which is kind of a bummer for the guy since he was a huge part of the band for most of its existence. Issues surrounding money, especially when someone feels they're not getting their due, are understandable reasons for any band member to quit. It doesn't look like Fehn will be rejoining Slipknot anytime soon.